And everyone who had any dealings with Steve came away from those dealings much the better for it. Most important, he was a wonderful husband and father. Our last private conversation, he told me how proud he was of his sons, Kenneth and Jonathan. And, well, he should be. He and Ronnie have done just a great job of raising two wonderful human beings who are his most important legacy.
For a long time, we were paddling together, and I have this memory in my mind of when I was 8 months pregnant with Kenneth. And I was out there and in the bow and sort of like barely able to, move the paddle over your big belly. And Jonathan was in front, clinging to my big stomach because he was terrified at the rapids we were going through.
Then turning to his role as the longtime leader of the Thursday group. So a month before his death, he announced a change in leadership, that he would be replaced by a quadrumvirate that would consist of Alf and Tim and Ron and me. And, we'll do our best, but no one should suffer under the illusion that any four people could ever come close to replicating what Steve did as the leader of the Thursday group.
Ocoee and I joined Steve at the Rappahannock Fault line in the spring after he was diagnosed, and he explained to Ocoee that pancreatic cancer was like a soccer match, and that at that point he was kicking cancer's butt, and that he'd won the first round in the match, but unfortunately it was going to be a knockout game. Pete and Ocoee and I went up to see Steve at Hopkins just a couple weeks before he passed, and driving home in the car, Ocoee remarked that it seemed like Steve was down a few points. After a short time, Steve lost the game, but in losing, perhaps he gained a greater prize than we can imagine. That first day, that new beginning, was appropriately a Thursday. I can imagine Steve quickly locating RC after a quick consultation. They would be off together, exploring the perfect creek.